Hope you can hear the insects and the breeze from the north. I went with campsite 2 again, the second one I found. I'm really happy that it was here. I was kind of nervous all day that it might not be. I sat in the sun way too long yesterday. I came up here like at noon to look for campsites, and I found one in like 30 minutes, this one. And it's pretty primo. Like, I can't imagine one being better, because if the clearing's bigger, multiple people are going to want to camp there. Well, anyways, I couldn't be up here early again because my meds make me extremely heat sensitive. I'm thinking it makes it feel like the outdoor temp's like 15 degrees warmer than it is. It's like when it's 85, it feels like 100, and when it's 90, it feels like 105. I think that's accurate. Give me 10 degrees maybe, Fahrenheit. After I talked to you yesterday, a hunter came. I only knew he was a hunter because he put on an orange vest and disappeared into the woods. He just parked his car, disappeared in the woods for like 2.5 hours. I heard him after dark. Once I had gotten into my tent, I heard him drive away. I looked up like what he would be hunting, and I found it interesting. Like, deer season starts November 1st, so he's just going after squirrels, wild hog, which is year-round, or he's illegally hunting deer, which is whatever. That's probably it's my biggest problem is on November 1st, the woods are going to be a lot more active, and these campsites might get taken, because I swear, it's like nearly a swamp, even though it's not. There's bayou. I think part of it counts as bayou, but only like right near the streams and creeks or tributaries to the lake. Most of it's kind of like swampland, but there's no pooling water. Not where I pick, not where the roads run. And this, like, kind of like a third of my options, maybe a third of my good options for commutes to work are way too close to the lake, which is where they warn that alligators might be present. And I'm breaking camp at like 4 a.m. I wake up on the dot. I can't be breaking camp at 4 with my headlamp on with alligators. And then you also can't camp anywhere except like these occasional clearings. It's like you have to drive like 5 minutes down these bumpy ass stony roads before you see one. So campsite 1 was 10 minutes. I mean, I drive in second gear, my manual car. I don't know, it must be 10 miles an hour. Maybe a little slower, because I don't want to mess up my lug nuts fell off once on much rockier roads, but you can snap a lug nut and your wheel can come off. And I can't, my car's my lifeline. It is my home. It's my home, office, and commuter. So yeah, it's just, I really wanted today to get here early and go past this campsite number 2 and look for something. There's an elbow, like there's an offshoot, another road that on the map it shows it's as substantial as the one I'm off of. So that would maybe get me 10 minutes into off pavement. Campsite 1 was 10 minutes off pavement. Campsites 2, 5 minutes off pavement, and I'm willing to go 5 more minutes to find my third campsite this way, because the alligator direction is just, not only is it farther from work on the high or like the paved road, like a lot further, it's close to the water, so I think there'll be more insects. There'll be a bigger risk of my ground cloth failing, like flooding. I don't know. Maybe the ground's softer. That would be like the one. Yeah, but soft ground's a bad warning. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling. Deer hunting season would hurt me. if like there's guys that come out here midweek for 3 or 4 day jaunts who take off work and it's just an endless rotation of them, and they already have their Airstreams or whatever parked in these clearings, that would fuck me hard. Like the first day I find that, I might get stuck sleeping on the southbound of the rest area, which might give me edema again, and definitely a sore lumbar. I mean, I'd raise my feet up on the dash. I'd sleep in the passenger seat, which I know is what you're supposed to do if you're living in your car. I'm paranoid. It's part of my health condition. But now that I'm like on the road, I'm paranoid about everything. Like when I park my car at a grocery store, it's got all my belongings in it. So it's like, I'm not even worried people will take my belongings. There's too many, but I'm worried they'll break the window to get one thing they fancy. And then I can't afford, I can't afford anything. I've got $85 left after I buy a shower tomorrow. The shower is going to be $18, but it's basically like a motel room at a truck stop. It'll be a cool experience. I saw a photo. I actually did some recon. Instead of looking for campsite number 3 today, I drove by the truck stop. Happens to be where I shit in the morning if I need to, halfway on my way to work, but it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes from my campsite. I haven't showered since the motel Monday morning, but today my hair was really greasy at work. It was embarrassing. Like you could tell I hadn't showered. I've been putting on deodorant like AM and PM ever since that shower. So it's like if I smelled, it was like lukewarm. But if you put that together with like, I don't know, the jeans didn't really fit right. They were obviously thrifted. They know I was in the hospital for 2 weeks and like I don't have a broken leg, so yeah. I think I'm not in a down mood, but I'm in like a solemn mood, a somber mood. I'm not like feeling jazzed, because today I like confronted my situation a lot. It was reflected to me from the world. Like my bosses were very kind and accommodating in their language and like tone. And they were like complimenting me on my hard work, but it almost felt like, well, they didn't know what to do. And then I found a library I really like. It's mostly because there's homeless people there. I'd say real homeless people that are on the street waiting for the bus, either with drug addictions or so far gone mentally that they just walk from end to end of the computer lab. I mean, I went into the computer lab to see if I could upload these videos just like by fire cable to a library computer. Their internet was down. I don't know indefinitely, but like I wanted to test when the internet comes back up if I can upload these videos. So I was in the computer room with a bunch of homeless people. And it's like I felt like I belonged. You know, I have a mental illness. But it like made me grateful for, I guess, how functional I am. And maybe that I've never done drugs other than weed. Like I haven't fried my brain. I'm not full blown. But I definitely am paranoid. I was so paranoid that one of those cats in the room was gonna like somehow get access to the videos I had connected my iPhone to, that I turned off the computer to cancel the session. I don't know, that's not even the most paranoid thing I did today, but I feel comfortable at this campsite. This is like the first normalcy I've gotten, like returning to home. When I parked here, it was whatever. But when I walked to where I laid my head last night, and there's this little plant that orients my tent. It's another little point of my tent. Just points directly at this plant and brushes up against it, and I can hear it when I sleep. And to see that again and recognize that I was back home like 13 hours after I'd left, there was something to that. But again, solemn, somber. I live in the woods. And if my car breaks down, you know, this all goes away, I have to get a bus ticket or a plane ticket somewhere, or I have to live in a homeless shelter and like wash dishes in walking distance. That would be self-sufficient to an extent. I'd probably just go on Tinder and try. I mean, I don't know if I could. I don't know if my soul could take it, but I probably would like. I'd probably be pretty forward about my situation. See if someone would help me out. Maybe one of those places in the country where you can live and you have to like clean the stables and what do they say? Work for rent. But you still need help to get there. And then if you get there and it doesn't work, you're fucked. So yeah, I'm very aware, keenly aware. That's why I don't like going into the grocery store. I'm keenly aware that my entire life is just sitting there, ready to be destroyed. Make the sign of the cross on the highway, which is something I've done like my whole life, to thank God that my car's operating. But definitely been doing it once a day. It's crazy. All day I think about, oh, that would be good for the vlog. That would be good for the vlog. But I don't think I covered much of it because my mood by the time I was ready to do the vlog is serious, tired. I know I'm gonna wake up at 3:30. I'm giving myself 30 extra minutes. I already had like 15 minutes of buffer, and that's all I need to take my shower. If I have to wait 30 minutes for my shower. But at 4, I'll probably be showering sometime between 4:30 and 5. The chart on their their scheduling app, you can only schedule a shower when you're geolocated, like in the parking lot, but you can see the busy times. And 4 to 5 a.m. are like 2 out of 10 busy. They got 6 stalls, and I just drove by at like 4 p.m., which is like one of their busiest times. And there were like 2 of the 6 stalls were open when I got there. Then they filled up immediately, but still, there's like turnover even at peak times. So I'm hoping there's just a stall available when I show up. And if it works out, $18 is like, main reason I booked that hotel room was to shower and shave before my first day back at work. So, and that was $65. They pulled a little gimmick. Well, they didn't have any of the affordable rooms available by the time I showed up, so they charged me $5 extra, $6 extra. But 18 versus 65, and it's 24/7. So it's like I can go to a rec center for $10, but like I don't need a shower during school hours. I need a shower, like I stock groceries. My shifts are gonna start at 6 right now, an hour away, but they're gonna start at 4 and 3 sometimes. So I'm gonna be showering at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So 18 is sort of, I understand. I'm competing with like 200 trucks parked in the parking lot in terms of market economics. So they're willing to pay 18. It's got like a table, a toilet, so you can take like a glorious shit, and I can get dressed for work like to the nines. I found a really good laundromat, but unfortunately my khakis, which is like my better pair of pants for work, are like a little wrinkled. I forgot to put them in the load last time. So tomorrow will be my last day of work without like my ideal clothing setup and clothing sink. But it's weird because there's like 3 towns that I frequent. So there's 3 places I DoorDash, 1 place I work, 1 place I like to go to the library. And the town north of here where I'm going to DoorDash, I also need to go to the library because this is critical. We go long today, is I haven't uploaded any of these. By the time you hear this, there'll be a long trail. I think this is my 6th one or my 5th one. 1 for each day, but the entire county where I work and I like know the like cities And where I was at the mental hospital, their entire library system doesn't have internet right now. And the librarians don't even know. Like, I have a feeling maybe they were using too much. So the provider, like, throttled the entire contract. That's my best guess. Because they didn't think it was a technical reason. I think they were getting too much bang for their buck as, like, some, like, public sector contract that was, like, leaking or, you know, just hogging bandwidth or something. And they're, like, trying to sort it out at a higher level. Anyways, I gotta go, like, north of my campsite by 30 minutes. So I'm gonna dash up there. It's also where my caseworker thinks I might want to live long term, because it's actually affordable. There's a prison up there. Just to give you an idea of, like, the economics, like, it's a prison town. There aren't many good jobs, so, you know, prison's the biggest employer, so rent's not crazy. I can get a room share there for $500 like any day of the week. Whereas that's like a special case, like where I used to live or where the mental hospital was. So anyways, I don't know, I wish I could think of some high points. Give me some time. Let's run this out to 20. I'll light another cigarette. We'll go extra long today because I don't want to be like I'm perking up talking to you guys. It means a lot for me to share. It totally rejuvenates me. I had some orange juice. I'll just sip some more. Like, talking about my day is part of me settling down, grounding. Let me just run through the highlights in my head. I'll talk it out. So, like, oh yeah, I got to take a shit at the Love's truck stop where I'm going to shower tomorrow. It's perfectly timed. Like, I woke up needing to go to shit, and I was like, I don't have time to shit in this camp. And, like, wipe my ass and pack it out or dig a cat hole or... So just by the grace of God, I didn't need to go until I got there. It was like a miracle, and then I went. I haven't shat since, but okay, so hopefully not until I get back to the truck stop. I got to work. Funny thing, after I got out of work, I've had a voice on my phone telling me I didn't need to show up for the second day in a row. So, like, when I showed up today, they just let me work. They call me at like 11 p.m. It's like, if you have to report to work at 6 a.m., it's like everyone's going to be asleep at 11 p.m. So they expect you to wake up and check your phone. They don't know I don't got bars out here. I mean, I get 1 bar, 2 bars. But I'm also in a rush. I have my headlamp, like, I'm just putting into the Google Maps where to go. So, yeah, once I got out of work, I was, like, super embarrassed. Because they're like, who do they think I am? There's, like, yeah. But, they complimented my stocking today. Like, a merchandiser came in and complimented it and said it to my boss, like, who did this? So I got major kudos, which is like a beautiful coincidence because I was so on edge to, like, prove my worth. I only worked at, like, above the pace I want to after that. Up until that, I was at a comfortable pace. I pay attention to detail, and I do care about my work. Whatever I'm doing, I take pride in it. Which I guess the person he was comparing me to doesn't, but... Well, yeah. I guess it's rare to take pride in, like, a low-paying labor job. But I have in the past. I was a busboy for, like, 2 years straight before I moved up the chain in that restaurant. And that was my favorite job there. And that's where I learned the phrase. It was in, like, my little review. My boss said Brian takes pride in his work. I wasn't gonna say my name, but whatever. If you listen this far, you deserve to know. I mean, you see my face. I guess you can reverse image search me. But I thought, you know, image, no name, no identity. You can probably tell by now I'm trying to keep my location and my job and what county I live in private, but mostly just so no one shows up at my campsite. Jesus Christ. I think it's time for the audience to start prompting me. Put down like in the... I know this is going to be on YouTube now because TikTok's just not my thing. Not until I have enough of an audience and enough material, enough sense of what this show's all about to like make clips or like make content specifically for short form. But this is very much an audio vlog. So sorry. Daily vlog, diary, journal. I'm sharing my experience and I do need money from you guys. Because I can't, yes, I guess it's for another day, but it's just complex. I can only dash like up until like 11:30. I'm gonna try 12:30 this week, the 2 days I can dash, but the heat is so bad where I am. It gets like 95, and then my car doesn't have AC, and like I said, my meds make my core body temperature higher, and then proven by the point that I got crazy edema within 2 days of not knowing it was coming, like a freight train. I slept last night with my legs elevated. What did I do after work? Oh my gosh, after work I went straight. So talk about repeating. So I feel great that I repeated campsite number 2, but I also repeated library number 3. It's the 3rd library that I've discovered, and I'd actually never been there until I was homeless. And they have really cold water fountains, and it's well air conditioned, and then they have like 1,000 seats with power adapters. It's like a library built for the homeless. And actually, I'm pretty sure it's a stone's throw from the psychward that I was at. So that's kind of funny. Now I'm worried someone's gonna walk up to me at the library and be like, "You're last spot on the left, aren't you?" Then I'll have to find another library. I'm all over the place though. Like, you can push me out anywhere. I got 1,000 places to go, except campsites. That's why someday soon I'll have like an extra few hours, or I'll want to get to camp early. Maybe it won't be so hot, so I'll really enjoy being at camp from like noon onward. I'll bring some victuals. Camp's a good place to lay down flat, because like that's the only problem. The library AC is so awesome, but I'm trying to elevate my ankles above my heart, which you can't do, but it does help to put them on a footstool, which I did. But that's nowhere near above your heart, but it's better than sitting normal, like in a car. But at camp, you can lay down in your tent. And that's what I realized. Like, I think I've heard homeless people say it before. It's like, it feels so good to lie down because you just can't lie down. Well, I guess if people are on the sidewalk all the time, but there's classes of being homeless, man. I got asked by the firefighters again. I was better dressed. Like, at work, I look so frumpy. I guess because I'm coming straight from a campsite. But, like, I put on, and I don't get to wear the clothes I want. Like, my dressier clothes just don't look good. But then I put on, like, my casual hip clothes. And I cuffed my jeans because they're too long because they were thrifted. And I was in, like, sandals. Yeah, and a different fireman came up to me and asked me if I could sign their, like, voter petition. I'm getting bug bites. Also, something else I did twice in a row for comfort was I ate the same fresh salad at the grocery store. They're only like $5.50, so my food stamps are going far because there's like a packed salad of nutrients. You only get a little bit of each thing, but there's like 7 ingredients. Like, I'm getting diced onion, like I don't know, gorgonzola cheese and stuff, olives, hard-boiled eggs, stuff like I couldn't bring to camp. So it's really nice. Like, I'm trying to maximize the fresh food I get and eat in my car right at the grocery store. I like make sure it's like prepared, hygienic. Like, I don't want to be dealing with fresh produce because like my hands are grimy even though I use hand sanitizer. Oh, I picked up 3 AAA batteries. I spent like I had to spend $7 on my cash today, so I'm down to 103, and that's when I spend 18 on the shower tomorrow, it'll be 85. But then I think it's gonna stay at 85. Maybe 1 pack of cigarettes to dash on Friday, Saturday. but it's going to stay at 85, and I can make 85 over Friday, Saturday to basically double my net worth. That's the goal. By Saturday at lunchtime, which for me is like, well, when the heat just bears down on me too much, it's like 12:30. My goal is to have doubled my checking account. And then I work at my job Sunday. 3 days next week, so I'll be dashing twice next week too. Saturday is unwritten, so yeah. So I got 3 AAA batteries. I had to spend $7 cash. 3 AAA batteries because my headlamp, like, it's a lifeline. I realized, like, if my headlamp were to go out, it only has 7 hours of life, and I've probably already used it like 30 minutes. No, I use it 30 minutes a day, and I've camped twice. So I've used it an hour already. So it's only got 12 camp breaks left. So I bought 3 AAA batteries, and then I bought a jumbo size, well, for me, a jumbo size for my little door carriage. Always with me for meals, and I always use it before I smoke a cigarette. Like, literally, even if I've washed my hands in the library bathroom, but then I, like, touch the door handle, or I realized I touched the like, knob to the water without soap on my finger, I'll use this before I smoke a cigarette. Because I'm OCD, but also, well, I think it's more paranoia. Well, it's both. I'm compulsive, but I'm also paranoid about getting sick because AI clued me in that, like, although I kind of intuited this, but getting sick as a homeless person or a houseless person, someone camping, is a disaster. Because your life stops, and if your income stops, it's just over. It's just over. So I did some rough math. I think I used half an ounce of hand sanitizer a day. So that's like a 2-week supply, and it was like $3.97. So it's like $2 a week for hand sanitizer. So I think the video description's apt. It's like $2 a week for me to sanitize my hands. I also just figured out it's like $1 a day. $1 to $2 a day for me to drink fresh water. I learned to fill up my water bottle at this library because it's chilled, and that lowers my body temp like real quick and nice. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but I drink like a gallon of water a day, and then I have a backup gallon in my trunk, which I realized if I ever need to wash my hair in a parking lot, because I can't spend the $18 on a shower, or I do it tomorrow for the first time and think it's a waste of money. Like, if I ever just need to do pits and hair to wash off the stank and make me not look like a camper before I go to my job, I have an extra gallon. It's for brushing teeth as well. It's like, I need to wash my feet and my privates. Like, your ass can smell and your feet can smell just as bad as your armpits. So yeah, I think I can get away with, like, taking a $10 rec center shower the night before I work. I just didn't have time or energy to do it today. And yeah, it's extra gas to, like, go to a new place, and tomorrow's the second day of work in a row after the mental hospital back, so that was like a priority. I was like, just repeat the things that worked and get back to work. One more day, and even with more energy. With a fresh shower, I'm hoping, like, the warm water, like, loosens my muscles, but also, like, vitalizes me. And, like, I show up looking even better than I did today. Because, like, today I think I looked a little sketchy, but I did really good work. I was, like, trying too hard. I think it started to concern them at some point. So tomorrow I just, like, show up, like, looking like a rock star. Like, oh, this guy's not homeless. I guess we were confused. And work at, like, a more even pace. It's going to be harder work. Like I said, the truck didn't come in today. So it's like zoning, making the shelves look pretty, some inventory stuff. But tomorrow's going to be hard labor. And it's going to be a backlog, because that's 2 trucks in a row that broke down, I guess. I'm new to the job relatively, so I don't know what that's about. But alright, this has been 29 minutes. I think this will be the longest one. It'll take forever to upload. I'm going to have to go to that 3rd county to do it on their library Wi-Fi. Or I found out with the fire cable I can do it on their library computer on their LAN or whatever, their cable internet. So This has been good. This is weird. I almost thought of not doing it today. I almost thought of skipping a day because I thought, like, if I don't feel like doing it, maybe I shouldn't. And then, I don't know. Then I did it. So, love you guys. Comment, subscribe, tell a friend. Send me $2 for hand sanitizer. Love you guys.